Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has issued a warning, direct, unapologetic, and furious. Carson Hocevar better be ready, because when NASCAR returns to American soil, to Pocono, Stenhouse is coming. And he's not bringing forgiveness. He's bringing consequences. What happened at Mexico City's Autódromo, Hermanos Rodriguez, wasn't just another case of hard racing. It was the ignition point of a rivalry that's been bubbling for weeks and is now on the verge of erupting in front of the entire NASCAR world. Lap 66 of the Viva Mexico 250, a tight turn in the stadium section, Stenhouse running clean. Then Carson Hocevar, too deep on the brakes, overcommits, loses it, and slams right into the back of Stenhouse's number 47 Chevy. Stenhouse spins out. Another caution flies, and just like that, the gloves come off. Because this wasn't just one isolated mistake, it was déjà vu. Only 2 weeks earlier in Nashville, Hocevar did the same thing. Same dive, same careless corner, same result, Ricky wrecked. Only this time, there was no hiding behind rookie excuses. This time, Stenhouse didn't just shake his head and move on. This time, Ricky went to war. As the race ended and drivers pulled onto pit road, Stenhouse wasted no time. He marched right up to Hocevar's car, leaned in the cockpit, and smacked his helmet hard. Then, in front of team members, cameras, and live microphones, he let it rip. "I'm going to beat your ass when we get back in the States." No sugarcoating, no PR filter, just fire. Hocevar, caught with nowhere to go, muttered an apology. "I fucked up," he said, trying to explain it away as just another mistake. But Ricky wasn't interested in excuses. "You're a lap down. Why'd you run into me?" he shouted. Hocevar tried again to respond, something about the brakes. Ricky didn't care. "Second time," he yelled. "I don't give a damn." The confrontation lasted seconds, but the message was eternal. Stenhouse didn't just confront Hocevar, he put the entire garage on notice. This wasn't just about one bad pass, this was about respect, or the lack of it. This was about accountability, and the moment Stenhouse decided enough was enough. What made it more explosive? The entire exchange was picked up on Hocevar's in-car audio and broadcast uncensored. NASCAR fans didn't get the watered-down version, they got the truth. Raw, real, and unfiltered, and it confirmed what a lot of people had already started to believe. This is no longer just a racing beef. This is a blood feud. Hocevar, to his credit, tried to own it. After the race, he admitted, "I just hit a curb wrong and got in the marbles and slid all the way through the corner. I tried to turn left and avoid him, but just a really sloppy day by me." But it wasn't enough. Not for Stenhouse, not for fans, and not for a garage that knows exactly how fast sloppy turns into dangerous. Because this wasn't just a one-off. This was a pattern. Reckless driving, over-aggressive moves, and the same driver always on the losing end of it. One time is a mistake, 2 times is a message, and Stenhouse received that message loud and clear. He's not going to let Hocevar get away with it a third. And let's not forget, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. isn't just talk. Earlier this year, he was fined $75,000 for punching Kyle Busch after an all-star race clash. Another wreck. Another moment where Stenhouse felt disrespected, and another time he decided to settle things the old-school way. That's who Ricky is. He doesn't hide behind a tweet. He doesn't call a press conference. He handles it himself, on the track or off it. So when he says he's coming for Hocevar at Pocono, you better believe it's more than just talk. And that's where things get really interesting. Because Pocono isn't your typical NASCAR track. It's fast, flat, awkwardly shaped, a tricky triangle that demands precision and punishes mistakes. If something happens there, whether a bump, a spin, or full-on retaliation, it won't go unnoticed. And it won't be easy to play off as a coincidence. That's why everyone in the paddock is watching. Because when a veteran driver like Stenhouse openly threatens retaliation and NASCAR decides not to step in or issue any penalties, it sends a message: settle it on the track. And maybe that's what NASCAR wants, because for all the tension, all the fury, this feud has something else going for it. Fans can't look away. Drama drives interest, conflict builds anticipation, and rivalries like this are the heart of what NASCAR used to be, and maybe needs to be again. Back in the day, drivers weren't afraid to get physical. They didn't hide their anger. From Earnhardt versus Waltrip to Gordon versus Kenseth or Logano versus Hamlin, NASCAR's greatest moments have always come from raw emotion and fearless retaliation. And that's exactly what this is shaping up to be. A clash of generations. A veteran who's been around long enough to know how things used to be. And a rookie with speed and hype, but maybe not enough experience to realize when he's crossed the line. Hocevar was supposed to be one of the sport's rising stars, and maybe he still is. But moments like this, they have a way of defining reputations. If he's not careful, his name won't be associated with potential. It'll be associated with problems. Even Kyle Larson recently chimed in, half joking, "I guess we're all going to have to keep our helmets on now." But behind the joke is a real concern. Drivers are watching this closely because they all know the truth. When someone's got a target on their back, it's not just their car that could get taken out. This is how chain reactions start. One move, one grudge, one moment of retaliation, and suddenly you've got 3, 4, 5 cars caught in the crossfire. And with Pocono being a critical race for playoff positioning, no one wants to be collateral damage. Spotters will be extra cautious. Crew chiefs will be recalculating strategies. Some drivers might even avoid the 47 and 77 like they're radioactive, because when those two get close on track, no one knows what'll happen next. And it's not just teams and drivers paying attention. NASCAR officials are on high alert. If things get ugly again, especially on live TV, they may have no choice but to step in. That could mean fines, probation, even suspensions. But here's the kicker. Fans don't want NASCAR to step in. Not yet. Because as much as people love to complain about wrecks and chaos, they love drama even more. They want real emotion, real stories. And right now, this is the most real thing happening in the sport. This isn't about winning the race anymore. This is about winning respect. And at Pocono, respect will be earned or it will be wrecked. So here we are. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., furious and fearless. Carson Hocevar, young and reckless. 2 drivers, 1 unfinished fight, 1 dangerous track, and 1 question hanging over everything. Will this end with a checkered flag or a crash? Whatever happens, one thing's for sure. This isn't just another race. It's a reckoning. And everyone, drivers, fans, teams, sponsors, and NASCAR itself, is holding their breath to see how far it goes.